apartment. Don't want to wake the neighbors.
What is this?
Keep calm. Take some deep breaths.
Okay, I have a lot of questions.
I bet you do.
What is this?
It looks like a blood transfusion.
And I'm the donor?
Yeah,
Who are you?
I'm Alice.
No, who are you to me?
You made me.
I made you what?
You made me. You created me.
You're gonna have to elaborate on that a lot more.
Do you have anything to drink around here?
You're taking my blood and you're the thirsty one?
Yeah, and so are you.
In here. The water tastes kind of minerally, but there's a...
Could you be any louder? Hey, no, not while I'm here.
No, we're not doing this. You don't get to tell me what I can and cannot do with my body.
Now hang on, what you put in your body affects me too.
Like I give a shit.
I'm serious. It poisons your blood before you give it to me.
I'm sorry. I woke up to this. And I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you before, but it's the type of thing that when it happens to you, it's a natural reaction to want to alter your consciousness just a little.
Absolutely not. Stay away from alcohol. Caffeine too.
God damn it. It's just root beer anyway.
Oh, well in that case, yeah, go for it.
So, why can't I have alcohol or caffeine?
It's not good for me.
And who are you?
I told you already. You made me.
How?
Really? Do you need a basic biology lesson?
What in God's name are you talking about?
Why are you in some guy's apartment this morning?
Because I was charmed by his dog.
Don't blame the dog for my being here, or for yours. You made the decision that led to this.
How is this my fault?
Let me spell it out for you. You had sex.
What does that have to do with any of this?
You do know this is a natural consequence of having sex, right? You had sex. That means you're responsible for my well-being.
No, I still don't get it.
You made the choice to have sex. Now you're stuck with me.
I didn't sign up for this. I signed up for a night of making friends with a dog and fooling around with a guy. I came over here for pleasure, and that is a perfectly good reason for sex.
There you go. You had sex. Why are you surprised I'm here? You should be thankful.
Excuse me?
Now I get to live. That's not an option I had yesterday.
Excuse me. I need to go throw up again.
Ew. You weren't kidding. It tastes like it got poured through aquarium gravel.
What?
Oh, you know what sounds really good? Extra spicy buffalo wings.
Ew. I hate buffalo wings. Come to think about it, why the hell does that sound so good?
Hey, you doing okay in there?
Shit. How am I going to explain this?
That seems kind of irrelevant now, but you do have to tell him about this.
No, I don't. I'm done with this.
No, wait, what are you doing?
I'm taking this out and pulling you out of my life.
No, you can't do that.
Give me one good reason not to.
Because if you do, it kills me. Not to mention you're putting your own life at risk by doing it yourself in a non-medical setting.
Do you need me to bring you anything?
I don't think that's accurate.
Look it up.
I'm gonna go take the dog out. I'll be back in a few.
Okay, be out in a minute. I did not sign up for this.
We are going to have a very long day if you're just stuck on repeat.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so tired and I'm exhausted, definitely dehydrated. I think I just need to go lie down for several hours.
What are you doing?
Calling the police to have you removed.
No, you're not.
No, I'm ordering wings, but I should have you removed though.
Yeah, but you can't.
You know, Chad is a phlebotomist. He could remove this for me.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, he could do it safely, too.
Doesn't sound very safe for me.
I don't care.
Hey!
Look, you're not my problem. Well, you are now, but you just showed up in my life, and now what, I'm just supposed to accept you?
That's correct. Minus the attitude. I am a gift, a blessing to your life, your family, and your future.
You're making me sick.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Chad pull this out of me.
You could, sure, but could you live with it?
Yeah.
No, hear me out. Could you live with being the reason that I don't get to live?
I didn't choose to be the reason you do get to live.
Can you live with the incurable depression that comes from killing me? What about your higher susceptibility to cancer? There's no way you'd be okay with putting your fertility at risk just to get rid of me.
Okay, now I know you're making stuff up. Because when I was in there looking through qualified medical resources about my risks with disconnecting this line myself, none of it mentioned any of that.
Well, it's true.
I'll ask again. The person who originated that information, where did they get their medical degree? What's their area of specialties? Like, show me any kind of credentials.
I don't know where I heard it, but it makes sense, doesn't it?
No, not at all.
Your body is built to donate to my body. Eventually, I'll be strong enough to disconnect myself, but you'll still have to look after me while I get stronger.
Okay, and how long do you think that's going to take?
Anywhere from about 18 years to...
No, wait. If you're about to tell me that I'm stuck with you for the rest of my life, I'm going to be so upset.
Hey, you're the one who wanted this.
No, I have a job, I have bills, I have responsibilities.
You don't care about any of that.
No, I do.
If you really cared, why did you choose to get put into this situation?
I'm getting really sick of everyone saying I wanted this. I didn't want this. I don't want you. I don't want these cuffs. I don't want this line. And I don't want you stealing my blood.
Then what did you want?
Sex. I wanted sex. I wanted to share the pleasurable parts of the human body with a guy. I wanted an orgasm. Chad. Hi.
Hi, you want me to try again?
Oh no, okay, you were adequate.
Fair enough. I mean, I was kind of tired. But, the offer still stands if you want to try again. Do you want some coffee?
No. Apparently I'm not supposed to have any.
That's too bad. Who told you that?
Chad, this is... What'd you say your name was again?
Alice.
Alice. Chad, meet Alice.
Hello there.
Chad, do you see what's going on here? Look, come look at this.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
What? Happy for me? Are you kidding me? I have a human, living, breathing parasite attached to me. And if I let her stay, apparently I'm responsible for her for at least 18 years. But if I pull it out, she dies.
It's amazing. She looks like she could be related to me. She definitely has that enormous skull that runs in my family.
That makes my vagina hurt.
Hmm?
No, nothing. It doesn't matter. Look, I've made my decision. I'm going to take this out.
No!
No is right. I can't let you do that.
Excuse me? You can't let me?
No. I did this just as much as you did. Shouldn't I have a say in this?
Do you want to take over the transfusion? Do you want her taking your blood?
You know I can't do that.
And why is that?
Because I'm a man.
Okay, but if you could, would you? Exactly. So shut the hell up and let me do what I want with my body.
You're right. I'm sorry, that wasn't my place.
No, please. I don't want you to do this. I don't want to die.
Look, I'm sorry, but your situation is not my problem. I really am sorry for you. I would have avoided this if I could.
You know, there are medical options to prevent this from happening altogether.
Are we really going to talk about that now? It's a little late. But sure, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how I've gone to the clinic a bunch of times, and the doctors say the same thing. Come back when you've done this 2 or 3 times. Maybe you'll change your mind later. There's no medical reason. I bet when you go to the store and shop for preventative options, you don't get crazy looks. Why don't you go get a permanent one?
I don't know, maybe I want to do this myself one of these days.
Well, good for you. That's good for you.
Why don't you want this?
Nothing about this has ever sounded appealing to me. But even if I wanted this even the slightest bit, the only person I need to justify myself to is me. Not you, not Alice. God forbid the government.
Yeah, I'm still here. Can I say something about this?
No, you don't get a say in this.
I should have a say in this. It is my life at stake, after all.
Look, under other circumstances, I would be fighting for you. Even if that meant I had to do it alone. But you've invaded my life, and you've taken up residence without my permission.
But now that I'm here, don't you feel a sense of responsibility for me?
No, not at all.
Sure you do.
Not even a little. Not when you've attached yourself to me like a parasite.
That's not a nice thing to call me.
You're living off me by deriving nutrients from my body. You're the literal definition of a parasite. I'm sorry, but a productive discussion about this isn't possible without acknowledging the fact that you are a parasite.
Fine. I'm a parasite.
Yes, and isn't it my right to have a parasite safely purged from my body?
Unless...
No unlesses. I shouldn't have to give an excuse. I've made up my mind. Chad, I want you to pull this out.
Okay.
If I really wanted this, I'd write it all out.
Put pressure here.
So, am I a bad person?
I don't think I'm qualified to give input on that. I've only known you a day, but I can't say I've seen anything that makes me think you're a bad person.
Thanks. That's nice. Thanks for saying that. So, I'm not like a murderer?
You said it yourself. It's your right to purge a parasite safely from your body.
Hey. Oh, I guess you're right.
Someday, somewhere, someone is probably going to try and tell you this is murder. It's going to be someone who doesn't know you at all, doesn't know your situation, and thinks that Alice is entitled to leech off of you. But in the end, The only will that can be forced on your body is your own.